Hi everyone, it's Gina here from MenoMe, and I have the lovely Kristine Brown from
Thanks,
Best
Jennifer.
Fragrance House in Melbourne called SOH Melbourne. Hi Kristine.
Hi, Jennifer. It's so lovely to see you.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us some of your time. And I know
My pleasure.
everyone a little bit later that you're giving them the chance to win a gorgeous gift.
Yes.
So how's life in Melbourne? Because, Australia and New Zealand, we're very close. I mean, I've lived in Australia half my life. I love Australia.
Oh, wow.
And so our hearts go out to everyone in Melbourne because you've been doing it so much more restrictive than, none of us have been doing it easy, but it's been pretty over there. Hey.
Yeah, well, I think, it's hard even to know where to begin. I mean, we're 76 or 77 days in full lockdown where we're only allowed out for an hour a day, 2 hours if you have kids. We have a night curfew that's just been extended from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's definitely been a challenge on all fronts. So no matter what industry you're in or however, whatever your, family status is, it's just been quite a challenge to get through it. But I mean, obviously we're in a good place at the moment. We're down to 14 cases a day, sometimes a little bit more, but there is a little bit of a light at the tunnel. But we're in lockdown longer than even Wuhan. So, there you go. It's like, what is going on in Melbourne, right? But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good, I think. Yeah, but yeah. So
time.
it feels like Groundhog Day a little bit. So I think, you have to kind of dig deep and pull all of those little tricks that you've got to kind of keep yourself motivated. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge.
So, because I know you've got 4 children, so you've been running a business and homeschooling.
We have, that came with a boatload of challenges. I mean, so we've got a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So 3 in school, 1 in kinder. So all 3 of my eldest needed, kind of full-time supervision to get through their schoolwork. My son, is in prep. So he's, first year of learning how to read and write and all of those things. So his supervision was very kind of, one-on-one. So, and we've been doing this actually since March. So all up, will be 3 terms that the kids will be at homeschool. So yeah, that's been a big challenge. I didn't even know how to begin. But yeah, so that's been interesting. I have a very, very deep appreciation for teachers. I think they're just incredible, very adaptable. They're just, some of the greatest minds in our country. I really believe that just what they've done and been able to, switch over to online learning and still continue, education. I think it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. And because it happened very rapidly, didn't it?
Yeah, we did. Term 1 happened and we had 1 week before the end of term 1. Went to school holidays, and by the first week of term 2, we were on, online learning on Google Classroom. So they had, less than 3 weeks to kind of learn a whole new way of teaching and putting timetables together, and anything that they would have to have taught, they would have had to pre-film, do it online, make sure that it's, I think it's just incredible what we've had to, and it's likewise in business, we've had to pivot to doing everything like this online. Timetables, we do a lot of work with the US, the UK, the Middle East also, as well as, Asia. So the scheduling is just like it's a next level, but, it's definitely been a challenge on a lot of fronts.
I must admit, it just goes to show how quickly we sort of go back to normal thinking, because like where I am, we're going back to level 1. It's felt pretty quite normal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when you came on, I was like, oh, aren't you in the office?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, this is my living room, my posters, my couch.
So am I. Yeah. So tell us about SOH Melbourne. You do, I mean, they look so beautiful, your fragrances
Thank you.
and candles, and you've got that beautiful cloche, which is the glass dome. And you do sleep too, do you?
Yes, well, that's in development. I mean, a lot of the things that we were gearing up for, COVID happened, and then a lot of things we pressed pause for just for a little while. But we started late 2012. My husband and I wanted to create a fragrance brand. I was previously in fashion. I was a national retail manager for Scanlon and Theodore. So I was on maternity leave with my second, and obviously the demands of a national role didn't really fit into what I wanted to do or how I really wanted to be as a mum. I did try a lesser role. I tried to take the human resource management role, but just really found that, I was having another baby, it was, we wanted to have a third as well. So I was like, what can I do at home and still be a mum, but still be in business? Because I really, really enjoy business, and had a really deep love for fragrance and candles. And I went, you know what, I reckon we could do this. And what started off in my kitchen then moved to a built studio out the back, to then a factory where we're manufacturing candles for all around the world, around the globe. Has just been a real joy. I mean, it's a challenge, definitely, but I love it. I love perfume. I love fragrance. I love how it makes you feel. And so was kind of a made up word that we kind of were going on, but it really does kind of emphasizes that it's it's the atmosphere that we create for your memories. So it's, making sure that, even not so much leaning to self-care, but definitely that understanding that you're creating this environment for you to relax, create a memory, whether it's a glass of wine with a friend and you're winding down, or it's by yourself and you're in the bath and you're putting something on. And, so it's been beautiful to be able to expand it, and, work with perfumers from France, from Italy, and learn about, the petals that are in grass, or, the Bulgarian rose, or, it's just been, it's been a real joy. It's a real interesting and fun job.
Yeah. There's so much to it, isn't there? I mean, I was a beauty editor in magazines for years.
Wow.
And fragrance is one of my pet subjects, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, but it's so beautiful, and it's amazing how with all your olfactory system, memory, like a little library, and it's just
because even like when we were getting taught how to remember fragrances, like for instance, you'd smell vanilla and you'd write the notes on how it made you feel, but then you were taught on how to bring a memory and link that so that you have this really strong association with the smell, and so that you could, when we do creating the fragrances and stuff, so that we can kind of all put it together. So your scent memory is so strong. I mean, and equally, if you have a negative experience and there's a smell in that room, that smell that you have, or that smell, associated, it will bring such powerful memory. So it's really interesting when you start to get into the science of it. But yeah,
it's wonderful. It can be such a good elevator too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is great because it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and
absolutely, yeah.
You're doing this lovely thing. Can I ask, because the name of your company is SOH, S-O-H, does that stand for something?
Well, when we started, obviously, like I said, it was in my kitchen, and a girlfriend of mine came over and she's like, oh my God, I want the scent of your home. And I had a whole label. So I went scent of home and I did it, and it just kind of organically became scent of home. And we never really, I don't have a wonderful brand story or anything like that. I didn't sit down and create anything. It kind of accidentally happened. And then, as we were getting, into doing it a lot more seriously and doing trade shows and developing products and shapes and all of this sort of things, we kind of wanted to, look at our customer and look at where we were targeting. And we are, we're an elevated brand where we're very consumed by our quality, our spirit of excellence as well. So we wanted to be very reflective of that. And so we modernized a little bit our brand, and then using those three letters, SOH, and then kind of coming up with our own kind of, story, if you will, of what that meant. And, that creating an atmosphere for your memories was really strong. So is kind of, it starts in the home, which is really important. It starts wherever you are, wherever your place of comfort is, and creating that environment that just causes you to relax and causes you to kind of stop for a moment, gather your thoughts, pull something into yourself, which I think now is really important, to have that moment where you're like, okay, what is going on? How am I really feeling? And connecting with that. So that you can build on the next day, or build on the next hour, or build on whatever is coming, so that you can, just take that moment, just take that breath.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And see, our tribe, we're all about 40 plus hormones, which tend to start going a bit crazy. So it's lovely to do this, to have that beautiful reminder, I guess, to stop and think about things.
100%. I mean, I'm 4 years off being 40, so, and obviously having kids has played havoc on my hormones. And I frequently have moments where I'm just absolutely like, my goodness, and my body is changing, especially now hitting it. I'm waking up in night sweats and all those lovely things. It's just really great. I'm like, great, this is full on. But what I love about getting older, is that when I look at myself as a young 20-year-old and all of those incredible mistakes that I made, and I look at myself now and I see such a wise woman as opposed to what I was before. And so really embracing that with age comes this incredible knowledge, comes with this incredible power. And that even though your body might be going through all of these changes, is that you're such an incredible person. You have done so many things in your life, and your body is changing, but my goodness, what you have, your capacity for greatness is just exploding. So I think that's a really nice way, when those reminders, when the greys are starting to come through, and all of those things, and the laughter lines, because I've laughed so much, so it's kind of like, I have to look at the positive sometimes.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. So can you tell our gorgeous ladies, I call them goddesses, what gift you are giving them the opportunity to get their hands on?
Well, it's pretty special. So we are giving you a Freja capsule, if you will. So Freja is a fragrance that we designed, would be on 3 years ago, and it's based on the Madurai jasmine oil, which is beautiful. It is such a beautiful jasmine fragrance. It's very true to jasmine. It's got a little bit of beautiful sweet and very floral notes to it. And we named the fragrance Freja because it's based on the Nordic goddess Freja, she was both beautiful and both a warrior at the same time. So what I love about it, it really encapsulates what a woman is. She is both beautiful and feminine, and beautiful and gorgeous, but she's also strength, and she's also a warrior. And she can face whatever she does just by being a woman. She doesn't have to change. She doesn't have to be masculine. She doesn't have to do anything else but just be exactly who she is. And so you get the beautiful 100 ml fragrance, the candle, and the cloche, which I think is just a beautiful set and a reminder that, we can be a woman, and that's such a beautiful thing to celebrate, but we're also strong as well. So, yeah.
Did you say and the cloche as well?
Yes, so the cloche will go on top of your candle. So it's a full Freja capsule.
Oh my goodness. That is so
so we wanted it to be a beautiful capsule. So
It's so that is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure.
It is a wonderful thing. And so we better pop off, but stay there. We'll say goodbye to the girls. I just want to say something to you before we sign off as well. But thank you so much, and thank you for the gift, and for coming and chatting to me and to the ladies. And we wish Melbourne every strength.
Oh, I know. Please pray for us. We need to get out of lockdown. We need to go. We hopefully on Sunday we get a bit of better news, and I think we will. But it's just it's an interesting time. But I think I find that even in a pandemic and even in these challenges, especially being a businesswoman and a mum, I think it's really important that we remind ourselves that we have so many things in our tool belt. We have so many times that we've had challenges before and we've had to push through. And this time, although it looks different, it's, you know, it's the same sort of thing. It's in a business. If a factory burns down, or if, a purchase order doesn't come through, or we're waiting for that house, or we want to get into that rental property, or we're wanting to have, this sort of, all of those sort of things. We all have in our tool belt this equipment that we can use to get through things. So especially for us now, that's what we're doing. We're reminding ourselves that we are in business, we are we're mothers, and we've been through challenges before, and we can get through this thing, even though it looks different and it's got a different name. We can be strong, and we can go, you know what, it's going to be okay. We will be able to beat this. So, but yeah.
That's well said. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and see you,
no
everyone.
Problem.
We
no
will
problem.
talk soon.
Bye.
It's not listening to me.